put me through what you put me through with all the checks yesterday, and then tell me when I'm ready?
Checks and balances.
No, there was no balances. Balances would be them telling me what was flagged in the video so that I can correct it without changing every frame and re-uploading 30 copies of the video. See what
Can't
gets
have
caught.
that.
It's like, who?
Yeah, I'm very used to that with my hockey channel. They'll
What
be
do you?
like, "Yep, it's just copyright from the NHL master list." Like, oh, which part? And they're like,
Yes.
guess you better upload 95 times and figure it out.
I feel like the mistake I made was not doing it on a burner channel.
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd be every time I was like, oh, this time will be it. But I feel like that's what the personal account is for. But anyways, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Star Wars: Tapcap Transmissions: I am your host, Corey, joined as always by your other host, Mr. Justin Eckhartsladder. Last name. How are you doing tonight, Justin?
Is it that old that we've got the colon discussion now? Are we that old?
Yeah, well, we're both 33, so I think that's
Getting to be
young
there.
for Star Wars lore tubers at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember this Star Wars from when I was young.
is it? It's bad that no, I don't even want to say it. Actually,
No, say it.
well, hearing the Obi-Wan lines from that scene makes me think of the fucking copy pasta that you piece of shit exposed me to.
Anytime there's like something with Ahsoka fighting, the next comment like on Twitter will just be that picture of Obi-Wan. Everyone knows what it means.
Yeah, like if you do know what it is, blame him for me bringing it up. If you don't know what it is, good.
Google
No,
Ahsoka
don't do it. We're talking.
Obi-Wan.
Okay, we're talking about Star Wars Legacy this week. Legacy issues 32 through 37, which are three arcs technically. We have the Storms arc, Fight Another Day arc, and Renegade, which is one thing. But we are also going to be talking a little bit about some Star Wars news which has happened. And I think this is news which is front page news. It's worth bringing up right now. Do you agree?
Tales of the Underworld?
I am, in fact, talking about Tales of the Underworld. There's been a new animated show announced, or not, I mean, the next installment in the Tales anthology series. We are going to be following every one of these has two characters they follow. This one follows Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane. You wanna tell the folks at home about anything they might have missed there?
Yeah, 6 episodes, releases May 4th. It'll be probably, I mean, we don't know. The first season was a little different in like format than the second one. I assume this will just be 3 episodes and 3 episodes of each. I gotta say, Ventress, I'm kind of excited about. I think it'll take place after the Bad Batch, because we do see her fighting Imperial stormtroopers, and we see Star Destroyers. So yeah, I'm guessing after the Bad Batch for her. Cad Bane, we don't know. It seems like there'll be some time jumps. I'm not very interested in the backstory of Cad Bane, I've got to admit.
Yeah, there's something about him having a kid, and then losing his family, and I guess maybe we'll see the droid a little bit. The droid is probably going to be my favorite character of those. But yeah.
Yeah, did you read my theory I have?
About the kid with Asajj?
Yeah.
I did. So you think...
I don't actually think this is true. But
okay, well then why...
it's more true than... I don't think it's completely ridiculous.
Okay, see, that's fair. Like that's where the fun theories are. Like when I was on the Tech Lives train, I didn't necessarily think that was actually the case, but it's reasonable enough and fun to say. So
yes. So watching the trailer, I first noticed that there was a planet. Yeah, I've got 2 of those. A planet that looks a lot like the one they went to in Kenobi. I forget the name of it now. Daijo, yeah. There's a planet that looks a lot like Daijo. Like the neon everywhere, but the short buildings. It is kind of a unique look. And then I was like, man, who could this kid be? And I was just kind of like, I was rewatching Kenobi, or rewatching portions of Kenobi, and I remembered that it's first on Daijo, we meet young Corran and his mother. It was the same. It's in obviously Corran Horn was a famous character in Legends. His mother in canon has the same name. He's a Force sensitive kid. So I started theorizing a little bit. My theory is that perhaps we know she doesn't want to be Dooku anymore. She doesn't want to be Dooku's assassin anymore. I mean, he's dead, so not going to happen. She seems like she wants to forge a new life for herself. And we see that she faces off an Inquisitor, and she's protecting the boy who we later see with a lightsaber. My thought is maybe she travels to Daijo for whatever reason, finds evidence of the path. The path is like the underground railroad for Jedi. Because last time we saw them in Kenobi, Vader ditches the chase of the Jedi to face Kenobi at the end. So I'm like, what if she follows that trail, catches up with the survivors, and then has to protect them from the Inquisitor? And the kid especially, I think, does kind of look like Corran. I think he's got a similar complexion. I think he's got similar hair color. He's got same color eyes. And if you look on the poster, there's actually a picture of him younger where he actually looks even more, in my opinion, like Corran from the show. So do I think this is definitely what's happening? No. But I also don't think it's completely ridiculous, like some of my theories.
I think it's reasonable. I also think it means we can look forward to a nice, fun boss fight in Jedi 3 against Asajj Ventress. Like, Ventress being involved with the path seems like a good place for her story to go.
The only thing is, the description lists him as a young Padawan, and I didn't get the idea of like he more just seemed like a Force sensitive kid. In the show.
Zach did mention in the chat that there are theories going around that it's Jod Nanawood.
It doesn't look anything like Jod.
If that ends up being true, live on this podcast, I will order someone a whole booster box of Jump to Lightspeed in Star Wars Unlimited.
And that someone will be you.
Yes. Yes, it will. Yeah. Thank you for noticing. But in honor of being able to write this off as a business expense and of Asajj Ventress getting sort of her own show, I will be opening this booster pack of Star Wars Unlimited right now, live on the podcast. Again, entirely for tax purposes and for your entertainment, which is what allows it to be a tax purpose. But something we talk about with these shows every time is at least slight disappointment that it's not a show that takes you through like different periods in history, different eras, different characters. Yeah. And as much as I wish it were that kind of show, I don't think it's like the asset thing is got to be the reason that it can't be that. What do we got? That's Maul.
Mm-hmm.
I can't actually see it, so
that's Maul.
But yeah, so we kind of do say this every time, but if you could,
and we get some real tales from the underworld here, Pike Palace.
If you could, that was a hyperspace Maul too. Sick. If you could pick an era or a setting or a character that you'd want to get,
I don't need so much jump settings. I would like them to, match the tales of books a bit more, wherein those weren't thrown across eras, but they were different background characters, or like one story would be one character. Sometimes they'd intermingle, whatever. Last episode, I talked about the one with Thrawn and Corran, funny enough. But yeah, that's kind of what I would want. I'd want less focus on, here's Ahsoka, here's Ventress, these characters that have these vast backstories. Half the fun thing about the Tales of Books was it was like, this is
Wolfman from the back of the cantina, and he was having sex with the bartending droid and also a worm.
Yeah, that's a real story in there too. And the worm was Force sensitive, if I remember correctly.
I think They
Go
end up
for it.
both being like Force ghosts, but I don't remember if they were actually Force sensitive other than that. Because I think
Yeah, they were
it was
wild.
like they both died, and then they both died on the Death Star. No, a
Oh
lot
no,
of those
yeah, because
characters
one
ended.
like yeah, one becomes a rebel, right? And then
Yeah, it was
yeah,
basically Lost Stars, but with more fur.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like unless they were going to do another like Bad Batch style show in another era, we're not likely to get more of these shows or like Tales anthology things in another era.
Hmm.
But I do kind of wonder if there's anything in this that might be a hint as to what the next show is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the big rumor was that this would sort of be the next show, the
Yeah,
Underworld and Asajj even. I think that's still possible, but
I have a theory on this as well.
okay.
One, I think it's pretty likely that we are going to get the announcement at Celebration. I don't think that's a controversial
No, for
take.
sure we are.
But I feel like you get the Asajj Ventress Underworld story in now, because then you can have her not be doing that and going on to whatever her next thing is, and that's the show.
All right, so here's my question. Do you think that we are going to get the explanation because these shows tend to jump around quite a bit?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get the explanation for the Dark Disciple retcon?
Yeah, it'll be that she just gets up out of the water, stretches, yawns, says that was a good nap, and then walks off.
Okay.
I like.
So are we gonna
I don't
see that in the show though?
know.
Because it looks like based on the poster that we got something Dathomiri going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do, because I feel like it wouldn't be in a show like The Bad Batch, because then that's more, I think, intended for wider audiences. Where this, it's a bit more okay if they go into like, here's a character you may or may not know, just take what's on the screen. Which is
Mhm.
why I think it would make sense that they didn't do that in The Bad Batch. But I
Yeah.
do think we will probably get something related to it.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Well, that's Tales of the Underworld,
We
Tales
do also
of.
have soon Star Wars Celebration Japan. I think it's April 20th, April 18th to 20th. So 2 weeks from now, we will be doing TapCaf, and Celebration will be starting. Well, I guess Japan, so it might be starting at around. Is Japan 12 hours ahead of us?
I think it might be 10. Hold on. Time in.
It's 12 hours ahead of me.
Okay,
So
yeah,
funny
it's
enough,
8 a.m.
by the time we're
Yes.
recording, um, TapCaf Celebration is going to be starting.
Yeah. And we, uh, happy to announce, Mr.
Once again,
Eckhartsladder and I will not be there.
yeah, once again, we didn't make the accepted podcasters list. So
We didn't try to get on the accepted podcasters.
that is true. That is true.
Look, I'd love to go to a con of some kind, maybe a Star Wars celebration someday, but I was not
Japan,
going to do Japan. It's too expensive. I can't do it.
I would have loved to go to Japan for Star Wars Celebration because it would have been like two birds, one stone.
Yeah,
But I'd love to go
the
to
timing isn't
my
there.
buddies doing like Japan and Asia, like a bunch of Asian countries. I'm so jealous. He's doing it for like 3 weeks. Like, oh, it must be nice.
Yeah,
Can't be me. Can't be Corey. His basement needs to be fixed.
yeah. My basement is fully empty. The contractors came in the night and stole all of our drywall and studs. So now we need other ones to come in and put some back.
Yeah.
That's just expensive. But I'm gonna
Wait,
have
sorry.
an
What
actual.
happened? Wait, what happened to the studs? Sorry, can you say that again?
The studs are gone. They got taken out.
But they were supposed to be gone, right?
Yes, we
Okay.
paid someone a lot of money to steal our shit.
Yeah.
Our backyard is
Were they,
full of garbage
they were
bags
wood
right now.
studs, right? All wood, or did you have any metal too?
Just wood for the stuff that was coming out.
Are you putting metal in?
No, I don't actually.
No.
Maybe I'm not sure. I don't think so
I
though.
think it's a lot. I think it's a lot quicker and cheaper. But
It's whatever the contractor ends up doing, but
yeah.
I think it is just wood. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So I'm really excited to have like an actual like dedicated office space that is just my office and is entirely my office. I haven't had that in like 10 years of doing YouTube, and then as soon as it's in,
It's
I will be retiring.
yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if I would do that, but sounds good to me.
Yeah, I need to do this
More
job for
video
another like
games.
5 or 6 years, and be much better at it than I have been in order for this to make financial sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, our main topic for the week, we do have
We
Andor coming up
gotta
after that. We have Star Wars Legacy. We have 3 different arcs. There's the Mon Calamari genocide that's going uh, on Darth Crate's orders, even though he's dead now, allegedly. There's the I guess it's part of that we have Darth Warlock, who is no, that's part of the Cade ones. But Darth
yeah.
Warlock is hiding the fact that Darth Crate is dead ish from the other Sith, and he's saying like, "Oh, he's just resting his eyes. That's why you can't sense him." And he's kind
Kinda
of
is
taking
though.
control of the Sith, while Cade tries to get Aslan Ray back to life. So there's some parallel storylines going on. Let's not deny that there's some themes in this. And then finally, we have another check back in with Garstazi and the alliance between the Galactic Alliance and the Fel Empire as they attack Raltier, one of the core founders of the Republic, where a Sith fleet is. Let's maybe start with the Mon Calamari plotline. We have Treya Sind
Mm.
helping his good friend Tankin Tark.
Mon Calamari number 6.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
the
it's
main Mon
like
Calamari.
yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah. He's hanging out. They're having fun. We see an AT-AT swimmer, just
Yeah.
always nice.
And they have like the Acklay base and the Mon Calamari have like these Krakonish suits that are like they're little Gundams for Mon Cal under the sea. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, they're kind of like star. Yeah. Oh yeah. Then they kind of got like the starfighters too.
Yeah, the Acklay spews out some starfighters that fight against the Mon Calamari like shark fighter suit things.
Yeah, they're weird.
I don't know. Yeah, I
They're
don't
cool
think I
though.
like the design, to be honest.
I don't like how all the female Mon Calamari are so busty.
You don't like that?
No.
Tankar.
Like, don't they?
Tankar.
You want to tell them about that picture you sent the group chat?
Okay. So I thought a fun game for the podcast might be if every week each of us found a picture of someone's chest from
Least sexist Star Wars podcast.
right, well, hold on. Wait to
Yeah,
see where this is going. Where we get the picture of someone's chest from the Star Wars comics, because it's always something with them. And so, and then the other person would have to try to guess who it is. And so I hit him with this. Where is it? Oh, I don't know. Well, that's a problem. Anyways, I hit him with this. There we go. I think that'll. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. I sent a picture of Cole Skywalker, and
can you describe what the chest looked like for listeners, though?
very voluptuous. I don't know.
Yeah.
These comic artists really just go all the way with breasts of all type. So they need to calm down.
They do. Yeah, they do. But yeah, so that includes the Mon Calamari. Never gonna think of Stilgal the same way again. We get lots of little Mon Calamari children, and like they're all like wearing jeans and stuff.
Yeah, should they not be?
I mean,
they're
I don't know,
waterproof. Well, okay, you can say that, but like, you know what's weirder? Chagrians, they're tadpoles, and they wear jeans.
Yeah, I guess. 'Cause you can't beat good American jeans, them blue jeans, even on Mon Calamari.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so we see the Mon Calamari are being genocided by the Empire. What's his name? The Imperial Knight faces
Sind.
off against Master Synod.
Sind. I think it's Sind. I
Master
don't know if
Sind.
the E is silent. I think it is.
He faces off against one of his old people under his service. He's like, he was a good man. Like, he's committing a genocide. Like,
Yes.
you should not feel guilty about killing. Like, what do you mean he's a good man?
Yeah, like
He's
Tankar was like
objectively not.
Tankwar was telling Sind like, oh yeah, we need to. It's good that this fucker's dead. And he's like, actually, yes, no, this is
You made me do this. He's a good man. He's
both
just following orders.
both sides,
Yeah,
both
okay,
sides.
Nazi fucking wall guard. What do you mean?
I am unwilling to ever hear anyone talk about how the Fell Empire were also the good guys and the good empire. Like, I feel like anyone who says that has never actually read Legacy. Like, Rowan Fell, raging dickbag this entire run. He has not done one redeemable thing yet. He wanted to have the fucking Rakghoul penchant because he wanted to turn people into Rakghouls so they'd listen to him. No. Gross. Bad.
Yeah, and he's not trying to help the Mon Calamari. He just thinks that because we see the Empire and the GA coordinating for an attack. It's not to eventually help the Mon Cala, because he thinks the Sith are in a weak position.
Yeah, like you have with both Garstazi and with Tankar, where there's a lot of, oh, we need to help the Mon Calamari, but we're not in a position to do so. And Sin keeps trying to tell Tankar, like, these people need to be sacrificed because that's the only way we can win. And the Mon Calamari civilians are like, we need to be sacrificed because that's the only way you can win. So they're all very on board with this, especially the children saying that, which I thought was kind of a weird step for them. But with the Fell Empire, we have Sind, who tries to talk to Rowan, and he's like, well, Mon Calamari could be a good thing to take away from the Sith. And Rowan says, like, they've never liked Imperials. Fuck those guys. So he sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I think the thing, there's no one likable in this entire comic.
What about Gahan's niece and Gahan? Gahan was a little bit annoying, but
yeah, I suppose.
Let's see. Aslan, I did like Aslan, but she's also on the fashy side now. Very sad. But she gets to be in a Vader suit, so that's fun for her.
Yeah. She didn't even look that bad, that injured. Like, come on.
I think she's fine after this, kind of fine after this. Like, she gets some different armor, at least, and her face is out of it. So, I don't know what her situation ends up being. So, it's... Maybe she was overreacting to Cade, but...
Yeah, and... Cade, fuck, he's so unlikable in this.
But
like,
I don't know.
I
don't know what her suit
at
ends
Delilah.
up
No, I gotta talk about my girl. He gets mad at Delilah because he thinks that she's jealous of him outright and openly cheating on her, which he has been doing. He's like, you're just jealous. When she's like nursing him back to health, she like wakes up, she doesn't say anything. She basically just like, I love you. Like, I'm a Zeltron. Like, we're connected and we always have been. And he's like, fuck off. And he walks off with his stinky ass. Hasn't had a shower since fighting fucking Darth Krayt.
Yeah, he has no redeemable qualities, and yet people still want to hang out with him in every possible way. Very gross. Yeah. Well, maybe they just have an explicitly open relationship, right? So, or does that not apply to Delilah? Is it open and he's allowed to do whatever he wants, but she's not? Because we almost saw her get somewhere with that Jedi at the secret temple.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess, yeah.
So maybe it's not. Maybe it's definitely not healthy polyamory, but maybe it's consensual.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. She's too good for him. He just stinks. He immediately goes to a bar and gets in a fight.
Yeah, like him and Jiraiya, they take Aslan's burning corpse to Bantha Rock to lie to him, to get Drew to heal her, and Cade just tells them after. So Aslan's telling Cade, just let me go. Cade tells Drew and Rock, like, no, she definitely said she wants to live. And then the entire time that Drew is trying to heal her, she's like, please kill me, let me die, let me die. And Drew's like, I'm gonna keep doing
Wow,
this
crazy she was
because
doing that. Yeah.
Kate definitely said she definitely wanted to live. Don't listen to him.
Yeah. And then he goes out to the bar. He gets in a fight. He almost kills a bunch of people. And then afterwards, he's got the fucking audacity to be like, I always just try to do what's best, and it always bites me in the like, buddy, like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, honestly, like, what do you mean you always try to do the best? You almost never try to do the best.
You almost shot your cousin for stopping you from causing this bar fight.
Yeah. Fucking dumb. I hate that guy.
I can control the dark side. No, man. Can't. He can't. Maybe he'll get better as the comics go on. We still got a lot of road ahead of us. I did enjoy the subplot in the Mon Calamari thing about the Quarren Sith and the like scientist Sith.
Given.
Yeah.
Given Sith is a cool look.
Yeah.
He's not like well, he does use the Force, but he's more like
he's not as good at it.
He's like a scientist. He's like a Sith scientist.
Yeah. And his science is the science of extermination, I guess, which is not very epic. But I did find their relationship fun. Because the other guy just talks shit to him the whole time. Then at the end, you think he's going to strike him down with his lightsaber after he's got some rebar through his shoulder. And instead, the scientist, the Given, cuts the Quarren free, and they swim off to safety. Presumably to get married.
Yeah, we're going to see them again, I'm sure. They got attacked by the devil squid. It's kind of cool. I like the sea life. The devil squid, I was like, ooh, devil squid. Like, that's going to be a cool design. It was not a cool design.
Not. It was just a illithid.
It was like a Cthulhu head.
Yeah,
like just
it's like the Baldur's Gate version of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so D&D monsters coming through. We do get a lot of talk of like the Sith Leviathan stuff, or the Sith alchemical beast, including the Leviathan on Mon Calamari, coming from that. So they're just unleashing all this stuff, and there's talk of this could mean that alchemical beasts are going to come back and attack Bastion as well. So that's part of the reason Sin wants to be involved in this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun dynamic, and we're due for more of them. They're just like the fighting married couple.
Yeah,
like we're not equals. Just a reminder. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, I control a big fish. So what do you say about that?
That's what I tell Dana when we're arguing. She tries to say she's better than me, and then I point to my fish tank and say that there's like 50 shrimp in there that
like, hey,
I can feed or not feed.
Like you knock on the glass and they like go scurrying. Like, yeah, I control them.
Yeah. You're gonna attack the Mon Calamari for me. Have you gotten to attack the Mon Calamari? I did feel like
your guns and stormtroopers. Okay,
these were the possibly weakest of all the arcs that we've read so far. Renegades with Stasi wasn't as bad. Like I thought that one was all right. I thought that was like more of the upper tier of the Legacy comics, but the other two I thought were a lot of the things that I don't enjoy about the series in one place.
Okay, man, I think I still like the Mon Calamari one better than almost any with Cade in it. I'm not exaggerating.
Maybe. But the Cade one was like every unlikable part of Cade in one thing.
What do you like about Cade?
Is this a trick question?
No. Yeah.
The audio has not bugged out. I just have nothing to say.
Oh, there's smoke coming out of his ears.
No. He
Shut up, Corey. Stop
If
fighting me on this.
I'm not fighting you on it. I'm trying to express my reasons for disliking him and what would make me like him more. If he had any sign of like growth at all at any point and wasn't just like the biggest man child possible, then I'd like him more. If there was like if it was an arc he was on heading towards some kind of self-learning or growth, then I'd be more on board for that story. But instead, he's just a dick to everyone. I don't know why Delilah and Sin hang out with them. Sin seems like if you took him out of Cade's presence, he'd be fine. But instead, because he's always going along with Cade shit, I like Sin less than I probably would otherwise. Like, he's got some douchey qualities to him, too. But that's more the 2006 bad boy archetype coming through, but not as bad as Cade. And if you get him away from Cade, he'd be fine.
Hey, we're in 2009 by now. I just want to make it clear.
Are we?
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. How long did these run for? God, yeah, 2009. This is January 2009 to March 2009. May, then October. Wow. Crazy. I didn't realize this first run went into 2010. I thought that was closer to when like Legacy 2 came out and War.
Imagine waiting a month for that.
Oh well. Yeah, like I agree with Joel that Anakin in the prequels is I think less annoying than Cade.
Oh yeah, way less annoying. Anakin at least has like redeeming qualities. Plus, he's not like hideous to look at. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, there it is. All right. Anything else about the Cade or the Mon Calamari of it all?
Not really. No.
Cool. All right. So that.
Do you have anything else?
Well, we have the entire Galactic Alliance arc. We
Mm-hmm.
have well, we don't really know what's going on with the Mon Calamari yet. We don't know where that's going to go. Sind is still there, but we know that Rowan Fell has sent someone to pick up Sind. Even though his last instructions were leave when it's difficult instead of impossible, or whatever the specific wording was.
It's weird because he said that our job is to serve the Empire above all else, but in like a past issue, the other knights were like, we got to serve the Force.
Yeah, so the way they frame it is that they serve the Force by serving the Empire as the Empire keeps order, and therefore they serve the Empire insofar as the Emperor does not go dark side. But we don't know exactly what their definition of dark side is. It seems like not all of them were on board with the idea that even using the fucking Rakghoul amulet, the Myr Talisman, was gonna be enough to be questionable. And it didn't even seem like most of them cared that much. Like, Ganner cared, but Antares is just probably sitting over there thinking like, oh, can't wait till I just get to marry Maracia. And no one else really had anything to weigh in on with that. But Rowan Fell thought like, oh, it'd be actually really cool if I could just bend the entire force of people who've deserted me to my will. Not epic.
Yeah, and Garstazi's a little grumpy as well in this. I mean, I can't blame him, like the nonsense he's been dealing with.
Well, he's based, as I say in my recent video, which everyone should go watch. He is like Charles de Gaulle, who was also not a good person, kind of a dick.
I think you're going to say an aircraft carrier.
Charles de Gaulle and Garstazi were both aircraft carriers, yes.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a weird setup in this one. So they're attacking the world, the core world, I think it is.
World here.
And first it's the GA fleet led by their what's the name of the ship again?
The Super Pellion.
No.
Imperious?
Imperious, yeah. And they're fighting the Sith. It's like a Sith. It's like an Imperial fleet controlled by the Sith. Sith loyalists. They're outgunned, although they get some early strikes, and then the loyalist Imperial fleet shows up, and they start banging and mashing. And
And
then
then the battle happens
Garstasi,
as well.
yeah, Garstasi, the leader of the loyalist Imperials, is like, just surrender, dude. Like this is dumb. It looks like they're going to until what happens then, Corey?
Well, on the Imperial side with the Sith, they're like, oh well, we're just gonna scuttle our ships and self-destruct. We're all gonna hop into some life pods, escape pods, and the loyalists, they said it's Edward Fennel, I think, is the admiral for
Fennel.
Rowan Fell. He's like, if you do that, what we're gonna do is actually just shoot all of you in your escape pods as you go down to the planet. And Garstasi says, man, that's not epic. And Fennel says, I'm going to do it anyways. And it goes on like that until ultimately Stasi decides to get in between the Fel Empire ships and the Sith ships to let them have a chance to eject and blow up their own ships. So Stasi decides he is not going to become he's not going to become what he hates. There was a chance that the alliance could fall apart and he would have been fighting against Rowan Fell's empire once again. But instead, Fennel is kind of cowed. There's a call with Rowan Fell, and Fell says, we're not
Fell
equal.
gets put on notice almost instantly.
Yeah, as he should be. Thank you, Stasi.
Yeah, so he's like, don't talk to me like we're equals. Like, first of all, fuck off. Like, what's your problem, cunt? Second of all, Garstasi responds and like, actually, I do lead the GA right now, so I'm ahead of state. You're in exile too, in case you forgot. So piss off. And he's like, yeah, that's a great point. I'm so sorry.
Great point well made. Great point well made.
Yeah.
So at least they get to keep their alliance intact for now. But we do once again get evidence that the Fel Empire are dicks.
Yeah.
I don't even know that we can say that they're like not as bad as Palpatine's empire. Like all the Moffs seem just as bad. A lot of the admirals seem just as bad. You have like 3 dudes that are kind of okay when put entirely on the spot. And you have Fel himself, who is like not this enlightened dictator who is keeping them from ruin and from falling into evilness and stuff. Like he sucks too. And he's only Jaina and Jag's grandson. He probably ran around their living room talking about great uncle Luke. Like he met these people. He was probably at like family reunions with Cole. They probably knew each other.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that kind of gets me with like how proliferated the Skywalker solo line is at this point in terms of like faction leadership, where we're only like a generation and a half removed from like Jaina, Jason, and Anakin and Ben's generation. But like it seems like none of these people have ever met each other in their lives.
Yeah.
Because I do think it probably has to come down to the idea that they didn't know that Jaina and Jag were going to end up together. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, just think it's like if you had a major family in the 1930s, 2 major families in the 1930s who still control everything and like completely forgot each other existed in 2030.
Yeah.
Or 2025.
They're literally like Cole and Rowan are cousins. Like first cousins.
Yeah.
And so is the Queen Mother.
We haven't seen the Hapens, have we?
We get the mention of them being at the Battle of Kamas, but I don't think they come in until Legacy 2 or War.
Okay.
I don't even know how that they come in very much, but I might be wrong about that. Because I know like Legacy 2 is about Anya, who is entirely disconnected from them. I don't even know where that's gonna. I don't even know where she comes from, but It's
I feel like
both
our
this.
patience is wearing thin. It's so bad. I'm looking forward to reading Dark Nest.
There you go.
Yeah, little miracles, right?
You're welcome. We only have like 2 sets of the comic. Like, I have faith that we will like the next ones more. But
Based on
these
what?
Justin, shut
Just
the fuck up.
vibes.
No.
The further we get away from the general angst of the 2006 era, the better.
Yeah, maybe Legacy War and Legacy 2 will be better. But I don't know. Maybe the next arcs. I really liked the prior Stasi arc, and with
I still didn't mind that arc. I didn't even mind the Mon Calamari arc, to be honest. So,
because what are the next arcs? We have the Tatooine arc, or the Tatooine Omnibus as our next one.
yeah, God forbid we don't go to Tatooine.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's Rogue's End, then there's the Tatooine arc, part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Divided Loyalty. So what are they about? I don't know.
I don't want you're gonna spoil it for yourself.
What I'm trying to find out, especially for your sake, is how much is Cade in them, and I think it's a lot.
Yeah, if I could just get like a Cade detox for a couple weeks, it might help a lot.
Yeah. So maybe I was wrong to push us to plow through. Maybe we needed more time away from Cade. It's really just him.
Yeah, like it actually is just him.
Everything
Like
if everything wasn't involving him, it would be fine.
Yeah. It just stinks.
Yeah. And yeah, that is what everyone in Cade's life says.
Yeah, it's like, Cade, you actually like you stink. You do stink. Like I'm sorry, but like you just fought Darth Krayt. Like have a shower.
Yeah, everyone in Cade's life should just sit him down and remind him it's not all about him all the time. It doesn't have to be about him. He's never taken even the slightest interest in anyone else's life. He does finally have people like pointing out to him that he's a selfish dick, but that's kind of what he'd been told the whole time, and I don't think he changes from that opinion.
No. He's just gonna be like, he's gonna end up being an asshole, but like he won, so he'll be a lovable asshole.
Yeah.
No.
I think part of the problem is that his appeal as a protagonist is supposed to be like, oh, he's this jerk, but he's also like this cool badass guy. But the things that are done to make him like seem cool or badass or whatever are just so 2006 coded that it's
like, oh, he does drugs and he has sex with multiple women, including one who loves him. Oh, sick.
like he's basically someone you would expect to just be saying slurs in an Xbox lobby.
That's another thing I like. Not I hate. Not like.
He's calling people noob all the time. Like,
yeah, and he's always speaking Huttese.
Yeah, there's too much Huttese slang.
Yeah, it's like
not everyone needs to be called a chuba and stupa.
Yeah.
That's
agreed.
We have spoken. All right. Anything else we want to say about the?
No, not really. Anything else you want to say?
No. Next week we have the Unseen Queen. We'll be back to the Dark Nest.
I'm excited for this one. I'm actually a little excited for this one.
Yeah. I enjoy the moment to moment of the Dark Nest crisis. Even if there's a lot of stuff in it that is like, I think is questionable. I think it's kind of like the first half of Rise of Skywalker to me, where there's a lot of stuff in there that like, while it's happening, I'm thinking, okay, I'm having fun with this. Not the last half of the movie. I don't like the last half.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, if it was just adventures of like Joe and random Bob, like I'd probably like The Last Skywalker a bit more because it wouldn't be like actively harming things.
I think that's a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah, it was pretty close, wasn't it?
Joe and Random Bob.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
You're getting sued, man.
If I'm gonna get sued by Kevin Smith, because I don't stop posting pictures of him in those jorts.
I think he likes that picture.
I think he hates it. I think that's the reason why he got skinny, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but it's a motivational picture. Anyways,
Yeah, if I were him, that would have been the lock screen on my phone until I lost all my weight.
All right. Well, we have Unseen Queen next week. We have how many issues left of this? There's 6.
Like 20?
There's 11. There are 14 issues left of Legacy. But I don't think anyone wants to just listen to us whine about comics for an hour. So maybe we don't do those right away.
There's probably some sickos.
Yeah, I guess there's.
So what you're saying is you should take solicitations for our email, and we should actually check it and maybe get an idea of like a comic or something.
Yeah, a comic to move to after.
Yeah,
like
or we
to
could
switch
do
over to.
Or we could do like
Junior Jedi Knights.
some stories from like Tales of the Sub, whatever. Like not the whole thing in one sitting, but we do like a certain amount of stories. Because part of the thing is like we do need like the reason why we don't do a books every week is because we just can't.
Yeah. That's why the podcast used to only be every other week.
Yeah. So like if we did like Tales of, we could do like 2 stories or something. I don't know. Just a thought.
That could be a good idea.
Yeah. So we'll think about it. You guys send us some emails. I think next episode, I think I said this before, but next episode I'm going to do it. I'm going to check for reviews and give an update on that.
Yeah. All right. So we'll figure that out specifically next time. So that is tapcalftransmissions@gmail.com, which is, there's always so much spam, but we'll figure it out, and we will read through them and do what we can. Whoever signed us up for all those spam emails,
Yeah.
We made a point of not mentioning this when it first happened, because that would just mean that people knew it worked. But we're like 4 years removed from that now. Someone put us on so many fucking lists. Or posted the email somewhere.
It kind of did work.
So
yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
There are some get like the amount that we would get is crazy.
Yeah, it was 40 emails per week at least of just like
that's why we missed our Star Wars Celebration invite.
Oh yeah, that must be it. All right. Well, that is the third to last Legacy comic or Legacy arc episode thing. We'll be taking a break for them. Remember to get your Unseen Queens read for next week. I think we're supposed to have a special guest.
Ooh.
For next episode.
So he's going to join us.
Well, I think so. Hey, he wasn't back now. So we'll say we'll hold on to it. There's only one guest we ever have other than Zach, so people will know who it is. But yeah, so thank you for listening, everyone. See you next week.
I'm a pariah. Bye-bye.
We never ask anyone. We could get other guests.
Listen to my call guitar next week.
Will you stop fighting with people on Twitter? Maybe then they'd come on.
Maybe.
Take it easy, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.